Central brought to you by DraftKings. NBA fans, listen up. You've got to try Pick 6, the newest real money fantasy app from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. Getting started is simple. Select if a player will have more or less of a stat. For example, will a player have more than 1 rebound, or will a player have less than 3.5 assists? Anytime I'm in a live Pick 6 state, I'm always looking to fire away. You build it up. Rebounds. I usually, like I said, I like building up around threes. You know what you're going after. But if you want, you go assists, rebounds, threes. You can points. You can go in a variety of different ways. Pick your favorite players and compete for huge cash prizes. Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now and get started with code PickCentral. New customers can get up to $200 back in Pick 6 credits if your first pick set loses. Only on Pick 6 from DraftKings with code PickCentral. The crown is yours.
Islanders.
It's going to be a day.
Hell of a show.
It's going to be a show.
Absolute collapse.
Phil is in his gore right now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
If you were ranking the collapses, if you were ranking the collapses last night, I do think the Islanders were number one. In terms of this show, we will start at the Garden for a wild sequence.
You don't care about Mr. Burley's heart?
I do care about Mr. Burley.
No, it doesn't sound like you do.
He left.
Yeah. Did you check on him this morning?
I didn't.
Okay, well, maybe you should. Maybe you should, Rico.
Anything to deflect. Wild sequence at the Garden. Knicks score 8 points in the last,
27 seconds.
27 seconds.
Oh, my God.
27 seconds.
You know the exact amount?
I think I know every single thing. I've watched the last sequence so many times. It was Isaac Pruder filmed it.
Oh, no.
And it's one of the I can't recall. I mean, basketball.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to.
But
I was at that game.
Did the Pacers win that game?
Can we celebrate one?
Yeah.
Bringing up our biggest heartbreak? I'd have to live through that thing.
He's asking. I was at the game. It was my communion.
But even so, that was
terrible present.
Rico. That
Great
was
present until the end.
That was 2 consecutive plays, mostly by Reggie Miller. This had like 10 separate things that had to go exactly the Knicks way, anti-Sixers, for it to come to fruition.
That sequence had a lot. But you're right. I mean, this one was fucking bananas.
It was absolutely bananas.
Of all of it, I mean, we'll break down the sequence a million different times. We can't run the clips, but we can reenact it.
You can put the pictures up.
We can
Still
reenact it if you want. But
get Meek in here.
Of all of the things to go into that sequence, I still kind of argue Brunson's first 3 getting that bounce is right up there with the craziest of all of them.
Well, I said it. You can see in real time. He has this moment of like getting that bounce and almost like a frustration of like, oh, like now that fucking shot goes in of all the shots he'd taken. And it was like it almost like not like he still obviously didn't quit on the play. He still was playing hard like the next play, obviously. But he has this moment of like, what the fuck? Like I couldn't hit water propel at a boat today, and then like I get that bounce at the end.
It was
like,
unbelievable.
Thinking like when it's like thinking it's basically over, like it's too late.
15 of 55.
Well, that's the thing. The big. I mean, he's been horrible, and we've won both games. He's been atrocious.
He's been atrocious, but give credit to Kelly Oubre. And
they have
the Sixers have game plan against him. Great.
Yeah.
It's
defended
basically
very well.
Everything else that is the Sixers' fault. And credit to the Knicks. The Knicks play their balls to the bone. The Garden is electric to play in. They earned both victories. I'm not going to cop out and blame the refs, but there are a couple of things that like you objectively have to talk about.
Turn on that mic, please. Please turn on the mic.
What was that again, Meek?
I said, no, you don't.
I wasn't even going to talk about the refs to lead off.
In his USA shirt, like a real Knicks fan.
The sequence was.
Oh, the worst is Tommy Smokes coming out in his Knicks fucking shirt.
Tommy, come.
We're walking last night to the game, and all he just go New York, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking? One guy was playing Empire State of Mind. He goes, go Knicks! Like no one's talking.
Unbelievable.
He's loving it.
Unbelievable. But okay, Meek, I'll give you the floor. Go ahead.
Last night the Sixers died. That's a loss that kills franchises, and you know it.
Well, then the Sixers franchise has been dead, dickless, and
This is
buried
a loss
for a
2
decade
months from
now.
now when Embiid acts out and asks for a trade. You'll be sitting there saying the Sixers franchise, the whole process finally ended that day.
Do you want to talk about the game, or you want to talk about the Sixers?
You can talk anything you want.
Okay, I want to talk about the game and what happened.
Okay, let's talk about the game.
What do you think was the call that they missed the most in that sequence?
Tyrese Maxey getting pulled instantly on the inbound.
You want to talk about him pushing off to get open?
I thought he also traveled.
There's a little push off there for sure.
See, this is still.
They're letting the boys play.
Can we show this?
That's on the court.
That's on the court. It's from
Oh, okay.
But the worst thing that
He
happened.
pushed off. That's a foul. All right, so there's one foul. Maybe you say the pull is the second foul. That's a walk. So
that's what I was when he hit the
just go
ground,
through it. Just go through it. One foul there. There's one. Probably a foul on Brunson. I'll give you that. That's two, let's say.
Stop the tape. And I will be. This is how you know that I'm being objective here. The fact that Tyrese Maxey and Kyle Lowry, the only two trying to get the ball in that situation, is fucking pathetic. I know Nick Nurse tried to get a timeout, even though he kind of pump faked it.
But he hesitated.
Yeah.
He literally went like this and didn't go all the way. Like he held it like right next and then was.
I'm not gonna go.
And then called one who was like the ball was basically.
Wait, Smitty, why didn't he just call timeout and advance the ball to begin with?
Let's go through the sequence.
Fair point.
It's a fair point.
Fair point.
Yeah,
IQ.
the Sixers bundled the possession. Nick Nurse bundled that specific inbound. He did get the timeout when Maxey had the ball in his hand. There's a still shot of it, him looking at the ref when Maxey has the ball in his hand on the ground and going timeout, and no timeout was called. But I'm not going to go on about the timeouts. I'm more upset about the Sixers not doing anything to get the ball in, being all Tyrese Maxey, and then the worst fucking infuriating thing is Hartenson coming in after the first DiVincenzo's miss and getting a walk to an offensive rebound when 4 Sixers are there and Nick Batum, whatever the fuck his name is, just lets him go. He's a 16-year veteran who had a great game 2 games ago and people blow him, but you just allow Hartenstein to fucking waltz right in for that offensive rebound. Locate him and box him out. It's fundamentals. Rico, is that not fundamental AAU ball right there?
Rick Majerus, rebound and box out.
That is the most infuriating
Bend
part
and box out. You can box
of that entire
boxing
sequence.
out.
Because when you get DiVincenzo, who's been a lights-out, basically clutch killer since the national championship game in 2018?
Yeah, our guys have hung banners in your arena.
You do not allow him.
I was keeping that one in my back pocket. Meek pulled the clip out already.
You do not allow him another chance for a fucking dagger. Not to mention Lowry missed 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. He had a good game over.
We want to talk about Kyle Lowry flopping from Embiid pushing him down in the middle of that play. He was trying to sell a foul on his own guy, pushing him down to the ground and crying.
Run that sequence.
Nothing to do with that.
Just count what.
Sure.
This is what I was fascinated with. Just the amount of calls in this scenario.
But you also have to give the refs a little bit of credit for not calling anything.
It's hard. All right. Maybe that's. That could have been a foul. That could have been
a loose ball.
I agree. No, I know. It's just the whole time watching this, I was waiting for the whistle to blow, and it just never blew.
Didn't the Knicks have a sequence like this like 3 weeks ago? Where
Push
just
off.
people getting manhandled?
Maybe a foul. They usually call a foul here.
Usually call a
That
foul.
could have been a walk. That could have been a jump. That's a quick whistle.
Let me tell you this.
This could have been a foul on
That's just
Hartenstein.
like, what are you doing
Could have
there?
been a foul. Could have been a jump.
What are you
The whole
doing?
thing is fucking
Box out the
chaos.
only guy that's been fucking cutting your dick off all
Chaos.
series. Him and Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart. That's all they do is crash the boards. Why are you just looking at the fucking ball?
Yeah,
Why? Shut up, Meek.
No,
Shut up.
No, Joel Embiid could have got more than 1 rebound in this
Joel
second
Embiid
half.
is playing
He can't
on-
fucking move.
Yeah,
He doesn't have legs. He played 39 ineffective minutes.
Ineffective minute. He scored 35 points.
He lost. They were only 3 points better than him on the court. He couldn't fucking walk.
Just yelling for no reason, Meek. Like you're yelling at.
Oh, the guy's been a loser his entire fucking career.
My God, you've been a loser your entire life, Meek. You like the fucking Knicks and Mets. Look at you. Look at you. Get some milk. Get some milk for Meek. Get some milk for Meek. Get some milk for Meek. Have him take an Indianapolis 500 victory lap. Fucking you root for the Mets and the Knicks. Fucking loser troll.
You're a loser too. I have 2.
I know I'm a loser. I know I'm a Philly fan. Philly fans are fucking victoryless since basically 1983 besides the Super Bowl and the World Series.
Yes, you're a loser. We get it.
Okay, so why are you fucking yelling?
Because I want to. You haven't.
What can you say? What can you say to that?
I told you. I'm not
Can you argue with that?
From games 1 to 7, I'm in your fucking ass. I'm not showing up in game 7 when confetti starts falling.
did.
This guy did last time.
Thank you. Push it that way.
Meek.
Push it that way.
Let's go, Meek.
Meek, there's one thing I will say. You are a Knicks fan, and you come at it from the beginning. I will say that. Congratulations. You come out from under your bridge, and you will give heat. and you'll crawl back under when the Knicks lose next series to the Bucks.
Oh no! Now so you already gave up on this series.
No, I didn't give up. I didn't give up on this series, but I have given up on the season because if the Sixers were to come back and win this thing in 6 or 7, Joel Embiid's just not going to have a leg. Like the Knicks
already
are
doesn't.
I know. So there's no chance that the Sixers win next round or the round after. You think they're going to beat the Celtics?
Are they ever going to win?
When the Sixers draft Bronny, bring LeBron in,
Yeah,
he
cool.
brings another one in, and then be
Another guy that complains about the refs. Yep.
I'll tell you right now.
Yep,
dude,
Nick,
what do you
don't
want
back down.
I got something on you. You better dial back in the Game 7 shit because you guys play us. I'm not new employee anymore. I'll be right on your ass in Game 1. So you dial back the Game 7
go.
shit. Have your fun now with this broken franchise, this broken man.
Clemmer.
I'm not broken.
Okay.
Clemmer comes from the clouds.
Yeah, let me say
Worked
another
here for like a year. No one even knew he was a Celtics fan.
Yep.
I mean, I literally got thrown out of Kurt Minahan's studio because I'm a Celtics fan. So you guys weren't paying attention. So I don't know what to tell you guys.
No, it's all right. I don't watch every episode of the.
No, but like I got.
As you should. Go like and subscribe to the
Thank you,
Kirk
Rico.
Minahan Show.
Rico knew.
Yeah, I used to make jokes about it.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter.
Can you tell us something?
He missed the game. He missed the podcast for work. For the game, I should say.
I
It's work
had,
for the game.
I had NBA Finals tickets. I told Kirk I couldn't make it that day, and Kirk was very upset. Threw me out of the studio.
Is that the finals they won?
At the game they won, the finals they lost.
So it wasn't worth
They
it.
haven't won since 2008.
Okay, Phil, you know
This
what?
is such
you know
a
what,
weird
Phil?
troll by you.
You get to an NBA Finals, then tell me how it feels.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still waiting.
I mean, you're old enough to have watched.
I am old enough to have watched it. You're not, and
1973,
you're
yeah.
not, and you're not, and you talk all this shit. You know, you're giving him a hard time.
I am giving a hard time. This is war.
Well,
He's seen his team in the NBA Finals.
yeah, 20 fucking
have.
years ago. I was like, what, 3 years old?
and Meek
Just saying, he's seen it. You haven't.
Clemmer, Meek can say whatever he wants. Nothing will hurt me as much as Trista Crick hurt me in Game 7 when Ben Simmons ruined the franchise. That was the end of me and having any hope for the Sixers. So, I mean, I came into this series being like, okay,
does hold a
9-game win
grudge.
streak, 9-game win streak. Maybe we can do something. Maybe we can't. And been emasculated again. Big whoop. Like, you're not going to hurt me as much as that hurt me. So
I'll
keep
make it
going,
my
Meek.
goal.
Why? But see, he's not a dick, though. He's not being a dick about the Sixers. He's a dick about the Phillies, but he's not being a dick
The other
about
part is, I told Smitty, Max is in Chicago. He's not here, so I got to use Smitty as the punching bag.
Well, and that's what I said. This is a maturity thing. The older you get, I'm a father of 2 now. 5-10 years ago, I would be as livid as Max was last night, but now I'm the meme of the guy with the rope around his neck on the gallows, just turning to Max and going, first time. Like, that's all what I am. That's all what I am right now.
It's so sad.
The radio.
so sad.
I got a fact check.
Man.
Is that something else?
It is. I got a fact check because with me, you never know. And it's also Frank, so you have to recheck that as well. Did the Philly radio really proclaim the game dead?
I thought it was the home broadcast.
The home broadcast. Philly.
There was a video.
Kate Scott, I didn't see it. What do you mean?
Frank said when they taken the lead, like that.
When Maxey hit that.
When
dagger
the
clutch.
long-
Calling it
3-4.
like the Sixers did their job, like going back to Philly 1-1, like literally had closed the game out.
Probably.
Right there.
Kate Scott and Allo. I mean, I like them. A lot of people have different feelings about them, but they are homers. They're homers. So, I mean,
I do.
Philly's always
I love a home. The home broadcast
Yeah,
should be
but it's-
homers.
I
I
don't mind that. Local
York, take that.
people are going to attack them because they don't like
I
them.
have the exact quote. The goal is getting home court advantage by winning 1 of 2 games on the road. Job done. Let's head down to the Turnpike.
Oh,
Stay
I
tuned.
love
Post game
it.
live is going to be fun. So job well done. That's tied to
Wait,
series.
who said that? Who said that?
Sixers broadcast.
Yeah, I know. Who said that?
It doesn't say.
Okay. So, I mean,
It's not my stat.
probably Alla. Like,
I do want to say one thing.
Playing it.
it's Alla Abadal.
Not having home court advantage to getting home court advantage by winning 1 of the 2 games on the road. Job done. Let's head down to the Turnpike.
Oh man.
Oh,
Did you hear
man.
the brick of
Job
salary
done.
of-
Frick, missed the free throw.
Yeah, you can't fucking say that, Alla.
That's tough.
You just
What do you want
can't-
from that?
You
You
cannot.
can't say that.
That is clap worthy. That is.
That's crazy. Can you imagine though,
Yep.
Smitty today, if Doc Rivers was the coach?
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh, well,
I said
it wouldn't have happened because I said before the season that if Doc Rivers was the coach this year, I would not watch a single.
Did say that.
I would not watch a single game until they got past the second round.
And if Doc Rivers was your coach, you'd be up 2-0 and you'd blow it again.
Probably. Be honest with you.
Think so?
I don't know. Embiid's knees so tough. Like they're just.
I think it's more the Knicks are just
And the Knicks,
more
yeah.
heart. They got more. They're more.
I
simply
they're like
want it
more
more.
strong.
It's
they're
a
more
team
like
that you just can't not root for. Like
Yeah.
they've never seen a loose ball they didn't think they could chase down. They've never seen a rebound they didn't think they had a chance to get.
I bet the
They
Sixers
just
last night.
the epitome of the play. I'm glad Smitty. See, I love
Line
roasting
got
Philly
too high.
fans. I've been running laps on
Line
Twitter.
got too high.
Yeah.
You bet the Sixers?
Yeah.
You want
Line
to
got too high.
I bet, but I
They
was
covered. They did cover.
excited for
But
the
who gives a
Knicks, though.
fuck?
I was excited. I care.
Well, I mean,
It's fine.
I'm saying Knicks. I don't give it. Like
I don't blame you.
I
but,
lost
like,
Knicks
but
minus
it's-
5.
but
Like,
it's a good
oh,
bet by
yeah,
Hardy.
we needed to win.
could not care
I
less.
bet them and the Lakers last night. We'll get to that one.
But I mean, you see the difference of heart in both teams after that sequence. I mean,
Well, Hart's only on one team.
Maxey had almost a 35-point triple-double last night. He had 10
he played great.
assists and
Maxey was
nine
Great for
boards.
Harris Max is
47
the
minutes
best player
and
in the
30
series at
seconds.
the moment.
Yeah, so I mean, it sucks that you have to talk about him being on the ground just watching like the last sequence happen when you could have gotten up to do something, and then afterwards, the layup, another great play by Hartenstein blocking Maxey. I thought Maxey had
Incredible.
that.
That was an unbelievable.
glad you
that
brought
is
that
so
up.
underrated.
Incredible play.
And even
As
like
clean as it comes.
it's a pipe dream to think that the Sixers could have tied up in there. It would have been a great shot from a championship team. I mean, you saw from the Nuggets last night. But Tyrese Maxey's bringing the ball up. For whatever reason, he didn't want to take the last shot. He just hot potatoes it to Embiid for like an 80-foot chuck. It's
Yeah,
like
it's also true.
So-
Yeah, no,
it just wasn't. This team just it's the Knicks have that it factor going right now. But that being said, nobody is going to be. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. So don't fucking milk jugs your
He's
fucking.
already ready.
Yeah, you ejaculate over
jump down
here.
his
He
throat.
knows what's coming.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but nobody is going to be surprised if the series is tied 2-2 after 4 games.
I'd be
I'd be
surprised.
I'd be surprised.
I wouldn't.
I mean, after the first 2 games, you can't be that surprised. They
But here's the thing.
I'd be surprised. I'd be a little surprised if they took both.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I almost
Little bit.
expect the Sixers to take one, but I think taking both is a tough task.
It's a tough task, but it's not completely.
be like-
it wouldn't be like the Heat beating the Celtics.
Well, it really depends on Brunson. Can
No,
they
no,
keep
no, no,
locking
no, no.
down Brunson like this? Because if they lock down Brunson,
like-
we're going to have to fight for our lives to win these games like we have.
playing him pretty damn well.
How much better can the Sixers
You know what I mean?
play?
So, yes, it's one of those things.
Wait, I mean,
You look at two sides of it. Brunson eventually has to come out of his funk. Maybe it's not a funk, and they just got the recipe for disrupting.
They no, listen. They've done like Oubre and even putting like Tobias Harris on himself has like definitely been like a winning formula.
and shout out to Tobias Harris. He came with effort last night. At least he showed effort.
But Brunson, he also has missed a lot of shots that he has made that he makes consistently in regular season. It's not like he's had good looks and missed them. Like, saw in the fourth quarter, I think he forced a lot of shots.
His overall shot quality has not been good.
No, it hasn't been
Like,
great because I think he obviously he's feeling the heat. Like he's been the guy in the
A
last
lot
few
of it, like he needs to take these shots and get the. And
Sure.
he should be though, but like it's. I'm also like DiVincenzo. You got to give him credit. Like missing that first one and getting the second one as well.
I mean, you know
That was a bar.
that was
exactly-
going in.
That
But
was
I
exactly what Barkley said.
You also
post-game.
have to
I'm
give
actually
him-
shocked he missed the first one.
You have to give him a little credit too, because like Deuce McBride kind of took his shine the first game. Like he didn't really play at the end of most of the game in the first game, and it started happening again. I thought like Deuce McBride was playing more again, but he wasn't as hot. And then DiVincenzo stayed in the game, and he was fucking.
Well, they even said it on. They literally said on the broadcast in the last there was probably like 3-ish minutes, like maybe like just a hair less. And at Brain or somebody was like, "Oh, like I'm surprised they're not putting like DiVincenzo in. Like McBride's been playing." And then almost like right as he said it, they like switched.
did
him,
switch, yeah.
Put DiVincenzo in. Then he obviously
It's-
big shots.
It's like to me, he plays the hot hand. If you play great, he's not going to take
Sure.
you out the game. As
And
you saw with Josh Hart.
Yeah, Deuce the first game was unbelievable. I mean, even Josh Hart last night, like again, like a big, huge
48
shooting
minutes.
night. Like played all 48 minutes. I mean, obviously, just what do you have? 15 rebounds he ended up with. I mean,
It was a
he's unbelievable.
complete collapse at the end of the game, especially on the boards. They held him in check on the boards most of the game. They out rebounded the Knicks. And
Actually, no, they did not. The Knicks out rebounded them by 2.
most of the fucking game, Meek.
Well, yeah, you play 48 minutes, not 47 minutes and 30 seconds.
No shit, that's why they lost.
Yeah,
What do you think about the whole timeout controversy?
our guys wanted more.
Nurse did a little bit of a fucking pullback.
The first one he literally pump faked.
Yeah,
The first one he like did not ask for.
I already went through it. I said it was arguably not a a timeout when it was inbound in the call, even though he should have been calling timeout. And I thought when Maxey had the ball in his possession, because he's a screenshot, Maxey has the ball in his possession, even if it was for a split second. Nick Nurse is calling timeout, looking at the ref is looking at Nick Nurse. Nothing was called.
But also, hold on. But I do want to say about the second one. Obviously, people are using the screenshot. That's they do it in football. They do it in every sport. It's such a bang thing. Like you,
it is.
In literally less than half a second, he had the exact moment he has the ball in his hand. You're not going to get that time when it's literally boom, it's out of his hands. Literally, not even a tenth of a second later.
Look,
you're never going to get that timeout.
Look, if that was the only thing that was a difference between a win and a loss for the Sixers, I probably would be more in on it, but it wasn't. That was the fifth thing down the line. I blogged it last night because Nick Nurse hammered it during the press conference, and they're appealing to the NBA, which is
protesting.
Which is not going to mean anything, except it's the NBA. A lot of calls are going to be going for the Sixers with Wells Fargo Center, Game 3 and Game 4.
I just remind
just
you
know that.
100%.
So last year before Game 7 versus the Celtics, Moj tweeted out that the Sixers they got I forgot the exact tweet. I know Greeny, shout out Greeny, he tweeted out. It was
first shout out to Greeny ever.
First shout out.
Why are you talking to me about Mush and Greeny tweets?
Because
Mush.
Last year before Game 7 versus
Mush
Celtics, the Sixers cried about the foul calls being uneven, and it's happening again this year.
So, let me defend Smitty for a second, because he came into the office today. He didn't say one excuse. He didn't say, "Oh, it was the refs." He didn't do Nick Nurse is crying
crazy,
for sure,
honestly.
But he didn't. I'd say
even all those excuses everywhere.
Even behind the scenes,
wasn't my.
I went off on two people mostly. I went off the fucking Batum with the rebound, which I think is egregious, and I went off on you, Meek.
Okay,
I'm not going off.
Unfortunately, Nick Nurse is not in that chair. It's you, and I have to give it out to you.
But he's not making the excuses, though. It's not fair.
Well, I actually don't agree. I don't agree with you. He's still a Sixers fan.
Yeah. No, but he can say I don't agree with
Yeah, no, he could.
And I'm taking. Go ahead, Meek. Give it. Give it. You are not Trista Crick. You are not screaming in my ear. You're not going to affect me. So keep giving it. Do whatever you have to do. Get your little troll thing off. Go home. Go on your bridge, and get ready for the second series.
I said it when Smitty came in. I don't get I hate Philly fans for the most part. I've been trashing him all day on Twitter last night. I don't get the same satisfaction as Smitty because I just know he's he's been out on this team.
He's
I know
rational, for
I know,
sure, but
I know Smitty.
I'm not out on this team.
When I say out, I know you don't truly believe in them long term.
You don't. You said you don't think they can win a final.
You don't think they could win, which
said that.
Yeah, and also, it would be a lot more back and forth on my part if the Knicks were actually a hateable team to watch. The Knicks fans, yes, but the Knicks are they play with fucking heart. That's all we want, and we don't get it.
They're really fun to watch.
And let's look at
as a neutral observer, they're
different guy every night.
Yeah.
So I think what me and Meek are doing, me more on Twitter and him here right now, I think it's I'm actually want to ask Meek this. I mean, we're around. You're a little a couple years younger than me. That's gotta be the best moment in Knicks we've seen in our lifetime. Has to be. I was 4 when the Larry Johnson play. I didn't watch that.
Shit.
If you want,
I am realistic that our standards are so low. It's game 2 of round 1. I don't give a fuck.
As a Knicks fan, it's embarrassing. But
you're literally not a Knicks fan because they lose.
I'm saying if
the Knicks were the Yankees, you'd be a Knicks fan.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, why aren't you a Knicks fan?
I never watched the NBA ever. I don't care. I just don't care about it. I never once was a fan of any besides the Pistons at one point. I loved Ben Wallace. It was nothing to do with the Knicks sucking. I never cared about the NBA. It's just something that I never did. And I like to watch where Duke players go.
But I'm saying I know we're gonna take this is our window to take shots. We're gonna throw punches. While we can throw punches, we're gonna throw them because we have never gotten to throw them.
I mean, you guys win one game, you have a freaking goose parade outside Madison Square Garden.
Damn right.
But you guys did the same thing with Philly. I don't get Philly fans saying that shit. Didn't you guys do that during the Super Bowl? You guys were in the streets parading before you guys even won the game?
Well, no. Super Bowl is different than a round 1 of a
Super Bowl is
after championship games, yes. An NFC championship game for sure. They grease the polls.
I will unapologetically
before the Super Bowl? What? No.
I kind of remember that.
I don't people say trash is it's round 1. I don't give a fuck.
Honestly,
it doesn't bother me at all.
Go fact check, Doogsy. Fact check.
The Jets ever made a Super Bowl?
That's my fucking job.
Max was allegedly drinking champagne.
But
that's what you're thinking about? But there weren't people in the streets partying before the Super Bowl.
I'd be partying if the Jets made a Super Bowl. I'd be partying. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, the NFC Championship game. For sure. They greased the polls for the NFC Championship game. Absolutely. after wins, but like partying before the Super Bowl was won. Like
yes, and then
before
losing
the
and
game.
still taking to the streets.
There was some of that,
you.
but not. There wasn't a victory. Kate made a video of that. It wasn't like a victory. It was more mayhem. Anything. But I've actually a logistical question for the college basketball boys here. Villanova was tweeting their dicks off last night for the Knicks.
Sure were.
And I get it, you're for recruiting, a lot of Knicks. Kyle Lowry plays for the Sixers, but whatever. I mean, Josh Hart.
He didn't make winning plays.
People are calling for Villanova to be kicked out of the Big Five right now. For a school that's like arguably not a Philly school, but like
they're in a
line.
tough spot.
Yeah.
That's tough. I
These
actually
are like
first was
three.
on
I
their
mean,
side, but
obviously you can talk about Lowry and stuff like that, but that was so long ago, and he like these are guys. Brunson won championships. It's like now I'm not even trolling. They've literally hung this group of three has literally hung a banner in Wells Fargo.
Well, no, but Brunson, and we talked about it yesterday. Brunson, he isn't, but you could put him in the argument for the best college basketball player of all time.
He had one of the, most accomplished,
for a most accomplished career.
Most outstanding player, 2 championships.
I get it. I get it. But as a quote Philly school, I don't know. I'm surprised they haven't asked Max this. Who went to Villanova? Like,
well, I was saying that when
Max gotta be in hell watching.
he's literally watching like his heroes just like beat the shit out of him in the NBA.
Oh, fast up.
Villanova Knicks, baby.
Winners. Eagles fans flip car before. Okay, so you take a couple drunk fucking kids from Westchester University or wherever the fuck they're at, and stigmatize an entire city for celebrating for a Super Bowl because they flipped the car.
Yes, exactly that.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yes, exactly.
That I'll never.
Okay. That is exactly.
I promise, if the Knicks,
Yeah.
regardless of when they pull off the series, when they close it out, but if they close the series out in Game 5 at home, I mean, you hide your kids, hide your wife, like don't go outside anywhere near Manhattan because it's going to be a.
That's why the Knicks fans are the best.
I love it.
And they're talking
love
about
it.
like it's so
love
bad.
it.
Like you
love
guys
it.
are so fucked when you guys lose.
But that's the thing.
Don't care. We don't care.
It's so outrageous. So fucking Knicks bullshit Yankee Goomba, like just outrageous confidence and outlandish batshittery that it's just like you just said laugh at it.
Think about it.
Like, it doesn't make me angry.
This is Knicks and Yankees.
That's Yankees fans.
That's Yankee fans.
Together.
We're together in unison here.
I will say,
one thing.
God help it, the Rangers make another cup.
This is very funny. This is a great series of tweets here about
depression acceptance.
It is so.
And he was running his fucking mouth. Oh my God, was Max running his mouth?
It's really sad seeing him turn on the Nova boys.
It's crazy. The guy just doesn't. Not a Nova guy. Rooting against Brunson, talking shit about Brunson flopping and this and that when Embiid's the biggest flopper. That I enjoyed
that's
being.
still insane.
That I enjoyed being a part of the Spider-Man meme of like Embiid gets every call. Like
All
Brunson
free
gets
throw
every
attempts
call.
a game. No problem.
We'll say there's one thing that I
Refs have not been good both ways this series.
Maybe I wrote it 2 years ago. Sorry, to Ev's point. I'm looking it up. You're saying the best moments in Nick's life. Like, for the last 20 years, one of the best moments was Lynn's sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
definitely
it's
up there.
laughable.
For sure,
like
up
it's
there.
laughable what the best moments were.
That's what I'm
My
saying.
life,
In-
obviously, it Starks'
in-
dunk,
since-
94, Ewing's putback. Like, there's a million.
I mean, since
Good ones.
2000,
90s were incredible. For the
Since
Knicks.
Yeah, I
2000,
gotta
how
find
many-
that. The list is pathetic.
we've literally won. If the Knicks win this series, it'll be like the third playoff series they've won in like
I was
20
gonna say
years.
Oh, it's
Easter Mellows,
horrible.
like,
Which is
I-
embarrassing.
Literally, Melo being the Celtics in 6 that year that he was good. He won the scoring title. They lost to the Pacers. Then like beat the Cavs
We
last
win
year.
Game 3. We can't go to Philly with black suits.
Well, that's what I mean. Like the Sixers and Knicks are in the.
And even that team, and then they went to the Pacers, lost in 6.
The Sixers and Knicks are one of the same, and in a true unified utopia, we would be uniting against the Celtics together. But unfortunately, the way
unfortunately,
politics are
you had to be a
today, we're
7
just
seed.
going at each other.
You had to be a 7 seed. We had to be a 2 seed. Just
Yeah.
it is.
It's the way it is.
Trust me, I would have much preferred to play like the Pacers or the fucking shitty Magic and just beat the shit
We
out
don't
of
want
them.
an easy road. We wanted.
Battle tested.
And I respect that. I respect the fact that you went out and won the game. You didn't pull a Cavs and blow the fourth quarter lead to avoid the Sixers. I respect that.
I've not seen a single Cavs Magic highlight to pass like.
I've watched this guy.
Blowing
I
them
bet
out.
the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs have
Cavs
just been
been
beating the shit
blowing
out of them.
them
Off, yeah, like Rico said, they were relegated to NBA.
The crazy thing, what we're talking about refs is they don't understand how to watch a play after it gets challenged and call it the right way. That one against the Knicks was pretty crazy. Where they overturned
Thank you that someone said it.
Where like
to run.
most of even the announcers were talking, I was like, this would be outrageous. They overturned it. Like, oh, okay, overturned. And then the second thing, like we'll talk about this game now, but D'Lo got smacked in the face.
Yeah.
smacked in the face in a huge, like, that's points that they could have used right there and overturned that for the Nuggets. Like, that's insane. Like, LeBron definitely complains about the refs. It's fine. But, like, that is a fair gripe when you get smacked in the face and it's a replay. It's not like it was like you got smacked in the face, they didn't call, kept going. They looked at it, saw him get smacked in the face, and then overturned it and gave it to the Nuggets. That's crazy.
Can we talk about that game a little bit?
Have to.
Of course. It's,
So, I mean, there's no
game.
way. I don't think there's any way that the Lakers can win a game in that series. Like, they couldn't play any better than they played yesterday. Anthony Davis was lights out, and they still lost. It's
And
like-
you can okay, he missed the 3 at the end, but can you give Mush some flowers for his LeBron take?
unbelievable.
No, because LeBron's awesome. He's not the best player in the world. That's all I'm saying.
He certainly looked like it last
not
night up
decline
until
at
He was incredible last
He
night.
was. Did you see that
he
block?
he
on
took over
Jamal
the
Murray?
game. He took over the game until
Bro,
the last 3.
Missed the last 3, but he also hit a 3 right before
Yes, he did.
that to get him up 5. Like,
That's what I'm like. Him and
Also-
Anthony Davis, can they play any better than that?
but the thing is, their bench,
Oh.
Spencer Dinwiddie forgot like to even know how to shoot the ball.
Wild.
He isn't. He shot one shot. Prince had 1 3. Like, they just didn't, because even Austin Reeves played well. Anthony Davis is like, I tweeted it. People tend to forget that he's one of the best players, and it's just that you said it the other day, like he just because he gets hurt and people.
Well, the narrative on him has become he's made of glass. He played 76 games this year, and no one's really talking
I
about
was
it.
I was texting you last night about it.
The narrative, because even when you bring him up anywhere, like in just casual NBA talk on Twitter, like, oh, like that guy, you don't want that guy on your team. He's a bum. He's always hurt. He's never this and that.
Anytime.
They didn't give him the ball enough in the fourth quarter. Admittedly, I was dying. I fucking fell asleep and missed the last like few minutes, but I watched like 90% of the game.
It was
I literally
wild.
woke up like half hour after. I couldn't believe I dozed off and missed what happened.
It was incredible.
But I saw like, the fact that they didn't get him the ball enough, at least until I watched, and it's not like he didn't take really any more shots the rest of the game. So
I think the problem I have with Anthony
the fourth,
Davis,
because he had what 30 points going in the fourth quarter.
and he missed one
And
shot.
He
missed one
didn't,
shot at that
32,
point.
like because he didn't get any shots while I was waiting. Then he only took maybe one.
My issue with Anthony Davis is I think my expectations are too high. Like, I always expect kind of what he did yesterday to happen all the time. It's not fair. He's great, but he's not that great. And I got to dial that back a little bit and just kind of appreciate him for who he is.
But even you saying he's great, but not that great. I even feel like you're kind of like disrespect. Like he's one of like the
He
better
is,
players in the
but I
NBA,
have
like,
him
for
in.
sure.
I have him in an echelon maybe he doesn't belong in. Like, I
But
think
also just as a
that's
defender, like a rebounder and like a rim protector,
he is
he's
awesome.
elite.
And I need to appreciate him
They
being
can
awesome.
definitely. I disagree. I think they can definitely win a game. I don't know.
I don't think they can play any
I
better
think
than
they
yesterday.
definitely can. Yeah, they can. They can definitely play better.
Or
But
to be a
I,
team
Meek-
11 straight times.
I think Meek's point is like they played very well last
they
night.
did
to lose
for
that
sure.
Game. I mean,
They did for sure. But
They're going to LA, so
on
we'll
LA,
see,
I think
but,
they could steal
I mean,
one.
I might take him right. I want to see what it is for Lakers.
I think it's
Nuggets in 4.
I think it's. Oh, I thought you were gonna say the spread for the game.
No, just like Nuggets in 4. I'll take it right now because I really.
I didn't see. I saw someone on Twitter say it opened at -1. I don't know if that's accurate.
Lakers -1 or Denver?
Mine is Lakers. Denver -1. Excuse me.
Which I think that's that's such a Lakers line. Granted, as a gambling guy, I will say that for sure. But I think I'd still gladly take the
I
the
think
Nuggets
Big
there
Cat
pretty
summed
much.
it up good last night. It's like every time the Lakers and Nuggets play, LeBron goes off, AD goes off, Jokic goes off, and the Nuggets find a way to win. Like,
Dude, they're just close.
I mean, Jamal Murray, that shot.
dog.
Yeah.
well,
So
the Lakers,
clutch.
Lakers
Always.
go. I missed the part. The Lakers go up like double digits. People say they're gonna give them trouble, and the Nuggets still win. I left that part. out.
Even the first game, like they had the big stretch where they had the lead and stuff, and I mean the Nuggets they end up winning by 11.
D'Lo,
first
by the
games.
way, was wet.
Yeah, he
first
was
half.
on fire.
Like
First
5
quarter,
of
he was
5.
on fire.
Crazy.
Nuggets.
What
Plus 240 by the way. Nuggets sweep.
What would be basketball wise, right now? What would be the best finals? 'Cause it might be Nuggets Celtics might be
Dude,
That's
like an actual all time.
to be honest though, like, I agree, it's probably Celtics Nuggets, but the West is so loaded. Besides like 2 teams, I would see anyone against the Celtics.
Yeah, I think anybody would get the
anybody.
Celtics the series,
Even the
but
Clippers-
Nuggets are like the most complete team. They just
100%.
are.
I think that's definitely what I want to see. But even if you told me it was the Mavs or the Clippers or the Suns, I'd still be like, that's a great
Still a
final.
good
You're
series.
leaving out like the top 2 seeds. Well, not 1 and 3 seed. OKC and Minnesota teams that haven't won like ever.
I know, but I just don't know if I'd much rather see OKC.
Might be a star power thing, Phil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if Anthony Edwards carries them there,
I agree. Yeah,
Timberwolves more than OKC.
yeah.
I could see
Well, 'cause
that.
that's what I was gonna
OKC's just
say.
like a year or 2 away.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like
Let me
let them
enjoy
be
them.
introduced.
Yeah, it's nice. They are at the table now.
Yeah.
Let's get them. Let's enjoy them for a little bit.
Minnesota more, just like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
And even
The
Karl
Suns is
Towns is like it's time for him to.
These are like I'd be excited. I'd be excited for any of those finals, honestly. The only team I'm scared of as a Celtics fan is the Nuggets.
Because the Celtics will be in. Of course, we'll be excited for any finals.
Yeah.
If the Celtics don't win,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Like if you guys aren't in the finals, like you,
Finals or bust. That's the way I'm looking. How about
Very
you?
embarrassing.
you need to take a
The
leave.
only loss is acceptable as the Nuggets.
Yo, Clemmer. If the Celtics don't make the finals, and they're what, plus 145?
win it all.
To win it all?
145 to win it all.
You need to take a leave of absence from life.
No, I don't need. I don't need to.
They don't make the finals?
I'll come here and you guys can shit on me. That's
No, you need to take, like, some sort of punishment for them to make the finals. That's how, like,
punishment. I guess.
shave your
I
head?
mean, that would truly be like.
No,
I mean,
I look
they are
sickly
so
enough as
much
it is.
better.
I say Ev did that last year.
I did. That's why I'll never doubt.
You're in the-
I'll bet Nuggets every game for the rest of my life as long as Jokic and Jamal Murray are on the team.
I mean, I'm very confident the Celtics will get to the finals, but I mean, it's not. There's still good teams in front of them, but I'm very confident.
But in the East, they should like, and this is even me as if they are playing like the Knicks or the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
the Bucks,
like that should be like.
They may not lose a game till the conference final.
That's like I'm saying they should. Oh my God, they're gonna get to play probably the fucking.
Oh, we're playing
they're
the
gonna play Cavs.
playing
Like,
the Cavs.
Oh my God, man, like that should be 4.
That's
like,
easy pickings.
Anything other than 4, that's like a
The only
letdown.
thing that could derail them from making that happen is if the Heat just intentionally injure someone again, which isn't out of the realm possibility. It'd be unfortunate.
Dude, that was all Scalabrine just being like, "Yep, call the code red." Like
Code red.
Like, didn't even cross my head, and I was just like, "Yep."
That'd be very bad for Nick.
Colonel Nathan Jessup on him.
Sign like Hassan Whiteside back to a 7-day contract.
Oh, fuck, Whiteside, bring back Rick Mahorn.
Take a few fouls.
Still alive, isn't he?
He was like, "Did you see that? They called a timeout with a minute 30 to go, down like 14. 30 seconds later, that happened.
Send in the goon.
Coincidence? I think not.
The fact that there was
Sherlock Dukes. I like this.
No, that's
Three
what did you see the
collapses
Scalabrine
last
quote?
No, I didn't.
That's what he said. He said Spoelstra went to the timeout and said code red. Send them a message.
Scalabrine, I get it. Like he warped into this. Like he was a hell of a player, especially in college.
Yes.
Scalabrine was an
His
unbelievable
contract
basketball
was
player.
the Celtics signed him an insane contract, though. I mean, he won a title, thank God, but those first couple years of that contract, oof.
Yeah,
Oof.
I know he leans into it, but he could play.
So the Red Mamba.
could
Or was that Bonner? Which one was the Red Mamba?
White.
Wait,
Here's the
yeah.
white mamba.
You
There was
can't-
the
I
red.
can't
There was the
let you
Red
off the
Mamba
hook
as
here.
well.
What?
It might
You
have been
said
Bonner.
Scalabrine was a hell of a player.
In college,
Okay, I was gonna say in the NBA, he averaged 3 points a game.
yeah, he
and the
got to
Celtics
NBA,
had him,
couldn't
like,
get it
big
done,
deal.
but he was an unbelievable player at USC. Him and Sam Clancy, that team, they were fucking unbelievable. And he still was a productive NBA player. Like he could play. He could play basketball. He just leans into the thing. It is what it is.
Bosco said to lead off the show, but the Islanders, honestly, if people cared more about hockey than the NBA, that collapse was the craziest collapse there was in a long time. I could be completely wrong. I'm not doing a Bosco. This is I saw Ryan Whitney tweet it. I could be botching it, but I think they said that the Islanders are 81-0 with a 3-goal lead in the NHL playoffs in his lifetime. That is fucking insane.
Right when Mr. Borelli leaves Borelli.
Oh, I think
Dave was right. It was a Hall of Fame
More for
did he say I hope this doesn't jinx us?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
Frankie
No,
said
Frankie
it.
did.
Frankie
Frankie
said
did.
it.
Oh, you can't. Frankie's been around a long time. You can't say that.
Like, hopefully this isn't a jinx.
It was genuine. It was.
Yeah, it was very
Of
genuine.
course it was.
He said
That's
it from
his dad
his-
who's came
he
back from
meant it.
heart
Very
surgery. Of
genuine,
course it was
yeah.
genuine. But
I
it's,
wasn't even going. I was just saying he really was thinking that.
yeah, it's horrible.
No.
Because that's and the guy.
It was so heartfelt. That was
The fact that seeing Mr. Borelli it was and also Frankie hold everyone back from going near him because he just had his heart surgery. He's it's too much for me. Was so funny and all genuinely so beautiful to see. The whole thing.
The man was really risking his life for the Islanders. last night.
He held the heart so he doesn't scream.
It's to remind himself he just had to don't go too crazy. Such a good guy.
He's a great guy.
It's a lot. They're scoring goals. I'm jumping all over him. I wanted him here for puck drop. He stayed for the first period. He's going to go home. It's too crazy. So we had him here for the first. Let's hope it's not a jinx. No, we're going to win this one for him.
Literal.
That was also just because he was on camera. He's let's just finish how to end this video.
Yeah.
And that was just that's brutal. 3-0, dude.
Dave called it a Hall of Fame tweet.
It is.
I had the game on, but the Knicks were the main focus, and you look, and then I'm like, holy fuck, it's 5-3.
I didn't even. I don't really watch hockey. I was so caught up in the Knicks. I didn't really realize till on Twitter. I saw. I think Jack Mack tweeted something that I was like, oh, like imagine being a Knicks and Islanders fan. You just had like the best and the worst. And I was like, wait, what the fuck happened?
Unbelievable.
And then I saw it. I was like, oh my god.
I was doing the clips last night. It's really bad. Like, it got. I'm not an Islanders fan. I feel bad for Islanders fans, but like it's one of those things where like I had to like put like the hood up because I'm just like dying laughing. It legitimately was a funeral scene because the entire game, like I didn't watch like really the Knicks game. I watched that game. I don't know hockey, but the entire time I was like, damn, like Carolina is so much better than the Islanders. Like how are they not winning? Like and it just as soon as Mr. Pirelli left, I think there's something in the back of your head that's like they're not winning this game.
So bad.
Like
we
2 goals in 9 seconds.
we joke around.
God.
We joke around.
3-2 to 4-3,
9 times.
like that. Oh my god.
We joke around in our family that the cause of death for my father on his death certificate will be the Philadelphia Eagles. You never want to see that in real life.
It's the curb. It's the curb thing. Like how did he die?
Jets.
The Jets. The Jets killed him.
Yeah. The goddamn Jets killed him.
Crazy. Yeah, that was something. Let's go baseball real quick, and then we can kind of.
Well, wait.
tonight's
let's
NBA
do tonight's
too.
NBA real
Oh,
fast.
that makes sense. Well, yeah, but all right,
What? It's the playoffs. It's April in
Makes sense.
baseball.
makes sense.
Even I'm okay with this.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all
Fair.
the NBA
I
playoffs tonight.
wanted to have a segment where you get to the picks a little bit earlier, but you're right. The way the playoffs have been
We'll do some picks now with the NBA playoffs.
that makes sense.
It's just like tonight. I don't know. This is. I have to take the Suns one more time, and then I'll stop taking them after this. Like plus 2.5 Timberwolves. In my heart, I think the Timberwolves are gonna just run away with it now. I don't know why, but I just can't sit there and look at the Suns being plus 2.5.
I think that over seems a little low. Kind of like that over. 211.
And then the same. Also, I'm sorry, I'm moving too fast, but the Bucks minus 1.5 after what they just did to the Pacers is like and that to me is as a gambler take the Pacers.
I'm on the Pacers money line.
Yeah, that as a gambler, but in my head it's like I could just see the fucking Bucks doing the same exact thing.
I don't think Lue was going to play that well. I know he had a terrible second half, I guess, but that first half was
Forget
insane.
how much of a killer he is.
I know.
Because he was on the Trailblazers and like how many clutch shots
He was
is
great
and
when they made the playoffs.
He's locked in the playoffs. Like
Halliburton's a good player. He's gonna do better than he did the first game, right?
I just think that Dame is.
You would think so.
Dame
I
is
hear. I'm in the same spot as you. Where like my dog. That game, I'm very like torn. I want to go with the Pacers, but I also agree with Marty. Where like Lillard is a killer. I've talked about yesterday how much I love Middleton's.
Middleton, right? Yep.
It's unbelievable.
So,
A legit star that his name brand value does not match the level of player he is. I like the Timberwolves a lot. I think they're just better. I think it's Marty said I think you just see Durant. These guys I talk about it a bunch. You just see these guys. You're like, how could they not lose? But
I'm done with the Suns.
Timberwolves are just a better basketball team. They're at home, and at this point, right now, today, Anthony Edwards is the best player on the court. I believe that wholeheartedly. He's at this stage where they're at. He's better than Durant. He's better than Booker. He's the best player, and another guy who, in only a few playoff series, he's obviously young. He's been unbelievable. Not just the last game, last year when they in the playoffs, he has played great. He is a star in the playoffs. Big clutch guy. Give me the Timberwolves. I'll lay the 2.5.
Question about Anthony Edwards. When I don't know whether he was on PMT or wherever before he got drafted. Wasn't his thing he blatantly said he didn't like basketball?
No, I think
Or that gets taken away out of context.
He did make some sort of comment, but I think it got totally. Well, they were talking about when he went to Georgia. That when he was at Georgia, they were saying that he's like the number one pick. They're like, oh, like don't know how much he like loves basketball, like blah blah blah.
Because he said it was almost like. He's like, I don't really like. I'm just really good at it. It was a kind of
yeah. He said something along those lines.
He definitely like
But you see him with that.
He made a comment. He definitely made some sort of comment.
He had
with.
Wait, Jordan.
He had the killer look in his eyes.
Maybe just a Jordan.
That was Jordan-esque.
Well, remember when we interviewed Cade, and he was like, "Oh, I picked basketball because there's air conditioning." Like he was a quarterback, an unbelievable quarterback, and I was like, so you just picked because it was air conditioning? He's number one pick in the draft. Like
it's a Charlie Ward syndrome.
Sometimes like I like when people are honest, where it's like, yeah, I just like I'm really good at I'm good at this. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not
from
apologizing.
Texas.
Calvin Johnson said he loved baseball way more than football. He just was way better at football.
Yeah.
Like I think Anthony Edwards had a little bit of like that in him, but he made a comment. People ran with it.
Didn't LeBron say he kind of liked football more at one point?
Well, that's
he was really good in high school when he was like a sophomore. He was
There's
an
a chance.
all-state receiver.
I mean, you can make your argument LeBron's the best not going down this path, but LeBron is potentially the best basketball player ever. Jordan's the best winner. Jordan's the greatest of all time, but LeBron is the best basketball player of all time.
Did you fact check that?
No.
I'm not.
You can make the argument.
You want to know what you got to say?
I'm not going down that road.
Oscar, we won't even go there.
I
I've
know.
learned this is what you say.
My point.
Say he's the most like well-rounded.
Yes.
People sometimes will give you credit for that.
What would he have done in the NFL? Because he
He would have been great.
Oh, he would have been
great.
Antonio Gates on cloud nine.
He's been incredible.
built for the NFL.
Then you worry
That's what's
he would just
crazy.
get hurt. Like, all these guys get hurt so young.
Yeah, but he's a freak athlete.
He's
so
incredible. I mean,
that's the thing is
Dude,
that
you
he's-
teach
as
LeBron
good as he is in basketball, he could have been better in the NFL.
You teach LeBron how to ice skate from an early
he could've
age.
been
He would have been the
better
best
in the
hockey
NFL.
player of all time.
You just made the comment LeBron just
Could have been as dominant. Could have
No,
been as
he couldn't
dominant.
have.
No.
He's the most dominant player of his generation. How could he have been better than that?
I can't.
I would have liked to
I
see
can't even
that.
imagine.
Like
I would have liked to
he's
see.
basically unanimously a top like 3 NBA player of all time.
2.
I would argue 2. Some would say
if
3. I
anyone's
would argue
saying
2.
3, you're an asshole.
I would say top 2 like
I know
unanimous.
you were doing it because people do, but it's
I agree.
Some older people might. I don't prescribe this because I'm too young, but like Bill Russell, or you could say Wilt Chamberlain, or you could say Kareem. I'm just saying I don't agree with that. I'm
you
just
can
saying.
put him in as he is now at 39, and he'd still be better.
I instantly take back
That's
my
not
hockey.
fair. I don't like that game either.
Why?
Because like we could take people from the future and bring them now, and they would destroy LeBron. That's evolution. That's not fair.
I'll start saying Bill Russell things that he won't like. So we'll just
Yeah, let's just keep it.
No, but like
I love trash.
I
Bill Russell,
agree.
respectfully.
I agree with you guys. He's top 2. I agree with you guys. I'm just saying some older people might have. That's all.
Never seen a guy built like this. Like you're saying,
Yeah.
he's a football. He built like a.
That's what I'm saying.
He would have been
That's all I'm
awesome. He would have been a
would have been
very good
unbelievable in the
player.
NFL. That's
I
all.
think you can rephrase it.
sure.
I'd like to see
Agreed.
it not.
I would have liked to see
better.
it.
Not that he would have been better. You basically say he'd been like the GOAT of football.
Like Russell Westbrook in his prime probably would have been the best football player. Ever.
He's who I've said I would always love this. I mean,
Put
the
him at
motor,
safety?
That's a safety receiver.
He's
Oh my God.
athletic. And honestly,
Incredible.
I don't think enough people are talking about him, what he's done off the bench for the Clippers, because everyone was like Westbrook,
What are they doing?
the worst. Why would you have? He's a cancer as well. Nobody's been. It's almost like Kyrie. Like no one's been talking about it because like then that's usually a good thing because no one's talking about it.
Yeah, I was a Westbrook trasher for like forever, and he definitely because I've always said if he could have been like one of the best players ever if he just like stopped taking threes.
Oh,
If he did the Clemmer strategy, the way Clemmer coaches, because if that guy if he just shot only 10 feet at end, he would have been like one of the he was unbelievable.
speaking of though,
But I used to get so mad with the Thunder because he would just chuck shots where Durant's sitting over there on the wing with his dick in his hand in like crunch time and just turn over a brick and lose playoff games.
I'm all over that.
As the sixth man, he definitely is. I give him credit. He's like
the Mavs
taking
tonight?
that back seat and played great in that role.
I think the Mavs played god awful, and then in the third quarter they kind of started getting it going again, and it was more. I saw that. I just thought they were better. I think Kawhi's out again, right?
I believe so. I don't know.
Dallas is -1.
I don't know if it's like confirmed yet.
Dallas -1.5. That shows to me that I feel like Clippers would be -1.5.
I'm so torn in this game because I thought I like loved the Mavs in the first game and absolutely was bad.
Questionable. I would say he's out for tonight because they won that first game. I'm just going Mavs tonight. If the Clippers win tonight, I think the Mavs are donezo. I don't know. I'm obviously have a future on the Mavs, so I don't need to take them. But I just actually really like them tonight.
They did. I mean, they did kind of. Obviously, they just played so, like you said, played just as bad as you can play early. They did kind of make a little run late. Not that they ever really challenged like win the game, but they made it when they were down like 30 to down like 10.
Yeah,
I really have like. I feel like I've just had such a feel, and I was so wrong in the first game that I just am now my head's in a pretzel with that series, and I have no.
Think about it.
Feel.
They were two. They shot 38% from the field and 30% from three, and
what did the Clippers shoot?
Shot 50% from three.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Which is not going to happen again.
You might have just talked me back in the Mavs.
And then
I'll take another shot.
46% from the field, and they lost by 12, and that was all because of the first half.
Yeah.
Again, they were 2 of 18 from three and ended up shooting 30% from three. Like, they're gonna play so much better. Like, also, Kyrie played great. He was 10-18 with 31, and Luka was 11 of 26. Everyone else, the next highest scorer was PJ Washington at 11 points. Like, they just need that third guy, like PJ or Derek Lively, to maybe play a little more.
But also, too, I agree with what you're saying. I think you just talked me into the Mavs, but I think that's also kind of part of their problem is that they don't have that like depth. Like they have two incredible players, and then massive drop off after that.
But Luka
They don't
also,
have, like, the role guys
but if
like
you
that.
watch Luka, he didn't play that well.
No, he didn't. He for
And-
sure, he was way, especially in the first half, he was totally off.
Yeah, I don't know. I think tonight's just Mavs, and then going 1-1 going back to Dallas would be huge for them.
That, I mean, I would love to see that just because I think that has a chance to be like the best, most competitive series.
For sure.
Like there are two teams that I think really could like make a, like I think the winner of that has a very good chance to be in the Western Conference Finals.
100%.
Very good chance. I actually think the winner will beat OKC.
I agree again. 100%.
OKC, you're just not trusting.
They're just young, and I like OKC. I love Shea Gilgeous. He's unbelievable. They're just like a year away. They're just a little young, and just playing a team where you're either going to play Luke and Kyrie, or you're going to play fucking potentially like a healthy Kawhi with Harden and Paul George, and that's a tough series for them, even at home.
Yeah. You don't want to get in over your head being too young in Oklahoma City. It'll come back to bite you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Marty picks.
I want to shout out JPC yesterday. He beat my Yankees, but he texted me after, goes, "Oh baby, that felt good." I didn't even answer him because that was wrong. That's mean of him to do.
He looked.
He was.
I mean, I had the
lights
Yankees
out.
over 4.5 runs yesterday. He didn't get one.
good.
He was incredible.
He's very good. I'm going with the Suns. I'm going with the Bucks. I'm going with Mavs. I'm also going with the Jets tonight. They're it's basically a pick 'em. Oh, yeah, it's going more towards Colorado.
Good for us. That's fine.
Yeah, Jets are even. So
Everyone's going to count us out, Marty.
Yeah, no, good for us.
Okay.
Jets money line tonight. I'm going Yankees -1.5. I'm going with the Giants against the Mets. I'm going with the Phillies against the Reds. Dodgers -1.5, and I'm going with the Cubs against the Astros. JP France stinks.
The Astros starting rotation stinks.
Well, they have so many injuries.
And now with Framber and then what's his name?
Christian Javier.
Javier's out too.
And conversely, we haven't talked about this at all, and we don't have enough time to. The Philly starters have put together one of the most amazing runs.
Incredible.
I can't remember.
Is it like a 50 ERA? Something like that? They have like a 50 ERA.
They went like a full week without giving up a run.
Yeah. They've like one earned run and
What's
like
crazy? The Yankees have actually had like a similar run as well, where their stars have been insane, but they just
this Phillies thing is historic though.
I know.
And that's what Spencer Turnbull. I mean, Meek's still back there, fucking jerking off in his milk. Spencer Turnbull basically took Taijuan Walker's spot. Taijuan Walker's stuck in AAA right now, getting beat around, and like you can't replace Turnbull right now.
Turnbull's not a bad pitcher.
I mean, he's showing it. He's showing it. And Ranger Suarez plus 1,500 right now for Cy Young. That's up from plus 2,500 before last night's game. Just throwing that out there.
If the season ended today, he might
get
be
it.
the Cy Young.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's been the best pitcher in baseball this season in both leagues.
He's the man. Big balls, Ranger.
You got to.
Like I said, we're like the Timberwolves tonight -3. I'm gonna go with the Mavs as well, -1.5. And in baseball, I'm gonna take a shot at the Cubs at home. And what else? I'm sorry, I had one more that I was looking for. What was it? Oh, the over in Padres Rockies over 9.5.
Love that.
I'm going to take the D-backs as a dog plus 114. I got the Padres -155 as a best bet. And I took the over in the Suns game, 211.5.
Yep.
Is where I'm going to be on that game. A Clummer.
Pick of the day is Grayson Rodriguez over 16.5 outs. He's hit that number in all 4 of his starts this year. I like the Braves run line. Max Fried, it's against the Marlins. Max Fried annihilated the Marlins last time we faced them. Taking the Padres run line, taking the Twins run line, and the Blue Jays money line. One thing I want to bring up real quick is that early win. If you go to DraftKings, they have a promo early win.
Yep.
And I'm 5-0 with it. It's awesome. Basically, what happens is if the team you take takes a 2-run lead, you win the bet instantly.
Yeah.
You don't need to wait for the rest of the game. This has been awesome. I think it's through the rest of the month. You can do it once a day. It is awesome because you go up 2 runs and then your bet's over. Like you could win before the road team even gets a chance to bat. If you take for the home team takes a chance to bat. So check out that early win prop on DraftKings, and my early win bet is going to be the Blue Jays money line there.
Let's take the Blue Jays on Thursday on that early run thing.
I don't know the pitching.
All of us. It's Berrios against Reagans. and they're playing the Royals. Let's all ride that. It's the day of the draft, 210.
Let me think. Probably. I want to look. I want
also to say you don't know the pitching matchups in baseball. They plan them out.
But I haven't looked at Thursdays. I haven't run the numbers.
I just did for you. I
can't
No, but I got to run the numbers.
I'm so excited for the draft.
It's gonna be awesome.
I saw it's a headline today.
Yeah,
Like
mock
if
simulators.
Giants will be like mucking things up if they take a quarterback.
Mucking things up.
What-
You guys are going to
define
be so
mucking
pissed
up?
off when J.J. McCarthy.
You're saying with the rest of the draft or with like our own team?
Oh, like our own team. Like I don't know.
No,
dude.
no one. No, there's
that's-
these accounts. There's
Take
so
the
many
fucking
accounts on
quarterback.
Twitter that say
What do
they
you
know
want?
things that are happening.
You're saying
They
take
don't
the
know.
quarterback?
I want to take the
I
quarterback.
don't think there's
You're
going to be
insane.
one there that's worth taking
you're
when we
insane.
draft.
What if you guys trade up? I feel
think-
like you guys are all over the place. Every mock I see, you're a different spot.
I think
No, because I don't think
Wide
they're
receiver.
actually gonna. I think receiver. I think you go Neighbors if he's there. He's just electric. He's just a big time playmaker. We haven't had that in so long. We need it.
What do you do with Jones?
I mean,
Either
listen,
like
just let him play.
I just my thing is if you don't
you're just
when you're
wasting
but
the
when you're
clock.
at 6, if you don't, there's gonna be 3-4 quarterbacks already gone. You don't force one there just because you
Yeah.
need one. Like listen, if Drake May like miraculously falls there and they love him, pull the trigger. But I'm saying if those 3 guys, if the 3 top guys are gone, even McCarthy's gone, which I think is
I guess that is a good point.
Like
because
why just draft like who?
What if you guys
And you're
traded with the
talking-
Cardinals?
yeah.
Straight up.
you are talking yourself into your
Well, then
If the Cardinals are getting Marvin Harrison Jr.
No, I think if they do that, they're not trade up for a receiver. If they trade up and beat a take McCarthy,
I would
probably.
trade up. That he's the best receiver I've ever seen.
Trust me, no one's going to bang the table for
I know. But let me ask you a
Harrison more than
question.
me.
This
but
might be stupid, so stick with me.
What about swapping picks?
1
and
second, you
hurry-
motherfucker.
Hurry for Jones. Straight up.
No, that's the last guy I want.
I would absolutely do that.
I don't want him. Obviously you would do that, but I'm just saying I still don't want him. Is it almost? Me and Tom are kind of talking about it, where it's like, listen, we don't have Caleb Williams, where he's the generational guy. We know it's him. 2, 3, and 4 quarterbacks right now could be a fucking shit show.
It seems interchangeable.
Don't
I don't
know.
know anything, but
They are amazing.
Or it could be C.J. Stroud.
It could be C.J. Stroud. Like it could be teams, guys, where it's like, okay, they're really good. We should take them. But we don't have that luxury at the moment because we are at 6, right? So right now, why won't you just stay where you're at? You're going to get an amazing receiver. Build up that offense for a quarterback. And if Daniel Jones is good, God bless. I don't think he is. But you build up for next year to get the quarterback and have that guy into a system that's already in place. We have a guy that's unbelievable wide receiver. We got our defense
Just lost
that's
a
great.
franchise running back though.
And
Does that matter, though? What does that matter?
I get what you're saying, but the only fallacy I see with that is the quarterback position is so needed and important that maybe taking a 25% chance at a franchise quarterback is worth it.
Yes, I agree. I know what you're saying, but also
Scary,
But
it's
also,
scary
you're
as shit.
putting this
The other part,
quarterback
yeah.
into an offense that is not very good, and that fucks up some quarterbacks too.
It sounds like it's a system problem. Then
No, I think that's what I'm saying. We get that wide receiver to have an offense that is ready to go for a quarterback.
how many years are you guys going to talk about getting a wide receiver not named Richie James?
Well, now we can.
We're hoping this
That's
is
what
it.
I'm
I think
saying.
this is
like
finally
this
it.
draft is stacked with receivers.
Yeah.
We're stacked. Where it's
What
like
was the last receiver you guys had? Hakeem Nicks?
Odell, that
Odell?
was legit.
Seriously,
that was
it's
like
been
legit
Odell.
for sure.
Marty, can I just jump in from behind the booth for a bit?
I don't think I have a choice.
So yesterday, the Jets gave up on Zach Wilson. We've seen the Bears give up on Justin Fields. The Patriots give up on Mac Jones. The Broncos give up on Russell Wilson. All these teams giving up on their quarterbacks.
But I'm
And
okay
the
with giving up on him. I'm not
They've
saying
they've
that.
given up on Daniel.
I think we've given up on him, but Phil, I'm
They have
saying
no
We have
choice
to give
this
up on
year.
Daniel Jones.
No, I
Right.
get it, Phil, and I don't think it's a bad.
Not give up on him now instead of a year.
No, you have to give up on him now.
No, we I think we've given up on him. It's more just like he has to make that money this year, so we don't really have a choice.
Yes, you see. That's the rationale
really,
I think
though.
is the worst. That's when the
So who should we trot out there? Drew Lock, which sure
Yes.
I'm, but like
No.
and I'm not. Phil. I'll meet you in the middle there because I know there's
money is already
there's
spent.
guarantees.
That rationale of he has to play, but he sucks because we're paying him
But he-
is
no,
dumb.
no,
That's what
but-
the Mets did with Robinson Cano. Was the
No, that's
stupidest
not what
thing
I'm
we did.
saying, Bosco. That's not what we're saying at all. My point is there like at the spot we're picking, there's not going to be another quarterback.
All right.
And with Daniel, the only thing I agree with Meek, like don't just throw him out there because there's guarantees if he gets hurt, he might have to get paid next year, which I think could like definitely come into play. Like Drew Lock, if they're like even in camp, like it would not like shock me if Drew Lock started, or it would not shock me if by like the middle of the season Drew Lock is starting.
Listen,
because they're like, fuck it, the seasion's done.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure Daniel Jones doesn't make another dime from us after this year's over. He goes somewhere else and
you move on.
Then next year you go all in on trying to find the quarterback.
Yes, and that's what I think. We build up this team as much as we can and then get that quarterback. But I understand. Listen, I am off Daniel Jones. Okay, I'm taking my hat off for once. I am off of him. In his defense, a little defense, you have to give him a little bit. Let's be rational for a second, Meek. I know you hate the guy, but he made the playoffs. One with, again, we said Richie James. No, the offense was not very good.
Besides Richie James.
Yeah. Last year, he did get hurt. That team was not very good as well. And I'm not giving him, like, he did look awful when he was playing.
Mm-hmm.
He looked awful. Do you just trot him out there one more time to really close the door when we don't have the pick? If we had the second pick, fuck him. Gone. Don't care about him. I'm not saying that he's our guy.
Marty, I get what you're saying. Ev, you were a bit more college football oriented. Are there good quarterbacks in next year's draft class?
Shador is good.
It's not as good as this year, but
That's my point.
But we're just, it kind of doesn't matter because like they're better this year, but we don't have the pick to take those guys, so it kind of is like.
Then
I mean, didn't make a bad point, by the way.
But also the thing I will say, there's like we've seen plenty of years where like at this time. The year before Joe Burrow was one, he was a nobody.
Joe Burrow's
so,
a
like,
six-round
guys,
pick.
there, and he was a
6th-round pick going in.
Like there are guys, I think there are guys that will rise up. Like I think like Shador will, like is good. People were like Quinn Ewers. There'll be some other guys that I think like rise up.
Also, Ev, you and me both know there's zero chance Shador Sanders will be the Giants quarterback.
Probably not.
But we're talking about.
I agree with you, Phil.
Quarterbacks,
Probably
but, like,
not. But
you're right though. Joe Burrow was a 6th-round pick going into his senior year. He was not being talked about, and then he's the number 1 pick. There's guys that you don't know can have an amazing season. Do you think Jaden Daniels is going to be the MVP?
No, for sure. This time last year, he wasn't a first rounder, no doubt.
Barely hack it in the Pac-12.
That's what I'm saying. So things can happen no matter what. Like this is a great class of quarterbacks, but you don't know what's going to happen in college football next year.
What round do you think Bo Nix goes in? Like, do you have a problem pulling a second round, third rounder?
I like Penix. Do not like Bo Nix.
So Penix, what round did Penix going in?
I think they both probably end up going in the first.
You think 5 quarterbacks go
6
first round?
potentially? I think 6.
6?
Decent
Who's
chance,
6?
Penix and Bo Nix.
Oh, yeah. And then what? Rattler 7th?
Rattler goes probably maybe like second,
He just
third.
went a little higher. His stock.
I don't think he goes first. I think second would
No,
be
not
the
first. I'm
highest.
just saying he's
highest
the
Rattler
next-
could
that's
go.
Crazy.
7 quarterbacks in 2 rounds is.
I mean, maybe who knows? Like you never
Everybody's
know the run
desperate,
on-
man. Everybody needs
A lot of people like Michael Pratt, the kid from Tulane. He's like people like him too.
Well,
The
you see,
stupidest thing you could do though as a GM though is picking a quarterback because you want a quarterback.
Exactly.
Pick the best fucking player that's available. Like,
Boom.
if Joe Alt's the best player, get Joe Alt. Like you don't want to just be like, oh, I have to draft a quarterback because Meek Phil from Pick Central thinks that we need a quarterback. Like, when you draft
but
because
you
what
do need a
fans
quarterback.
like that's what I'm scared the Patriots are going to do. Like if the people that you pay money to, like J.J. McCarthy, you like Penix, draft that person. Just because Drake May might be the safe pick and the Crafts want to just like play into the fan base, don't do that. That's the
You're
a
right,
nightmare
dudes.
scenario.
But one thing to Phil's defense is Phil has been on the Daniel Jones train since day one. Like Daniel Jones train sucked. Daniel Jones sucks train. Excuse me. He's been shitting on Daniel Jones, and he's taking it from you guys. You guys were defending Daniel Jones. I'm just saying, he was right about it.
But you guys said nothing about what I just went through about how Daniel
it's
Jones
rational.
did a 1 year when the team was not very good and won a playoff game. We're talking about teams. There's some quarterbacks out there have not even won a playoff game, better teams and like playoff games. Like I think he's got like New York so. It's now or never, and last year was so bad where it was just like it's done.
Before that was bad too, though. He had 1 year that he was good. But
He had like 2 basically that he was like
2
decent.
good years. No, the other.
I would say like
it's not that. That one.
his rookie year and then like 2 years ago.
yeah, all right.
He was very
Those are the
good.
2 I would say he was
Fine.
good.
His rushing yards were insane.
Let me say this. It would not shock me if Daniel Jones pulled like a Tannehill-esque where he went to another team and was like not bad.
Yeah.
No,
but
it would shock me.
he's been so awful. Plus, he's incredibly injury prone. He gets hurt every year.
That worries me about
last year. It's
this
the
commitment for him.
ACL. It's the neck. Like, it's he's gotten hurt literally. He missed games like literally every season.
Marty,
you can't trust him for a variety of reasons.
You don't think Phil, to some point, is right? Like, you cut him now. That way you don't risk him getting hurt, and now you're on the hook with him for longer. That's my concern.
He has like a 25. He has some guarantee thing, injury guarantee. I think it's like 20 or 25 million.
And you know he'd probably get hurt because of that.
And no, that's why. Like, it's basically what the Broncos did with Russell Wilson at the end of last season, and I think the Raiders did with Derek Carr the year before.
So maybe
I think that's
Giants should do that now.
I think that's highly likely going to happen at some point in the season. I think the Giants, listen, the way they're in good faith, if they think Daniel Jones is like the best quarterback on the roster at game one, he is going to play. You can agree with it, disagree with it. I'm just saying I think that is, I'm forecasting that is what the Giants will choose to do. But if they're bad, if week 10 they're 3-7 after week 10 or whatever, then they'll probably go Drew Lock and make sure he doesn't get that money.
What if he gets hurt week 5 and now you're on the hook with him for next year?
I think that
we're
1-4.
It would all depend on the extent of the injury and like because even if he like tore his ACL again, I'm pretty sure if he's like would get cleared by like the next year, we wouldn't like owe him the money. It would be if he suffered some like catastrophic like career-ending injury.
You're putting the worst scenario out there where they start out 3-7, bench Daniel Jones. Drew Lock ends up winning like 4 games down the stretch and knocks him out of another quarterback slot.
That's highly likely what's going to happen.
Yeah, but there's also
Me and you
trades.
both know that's probably going to happen.
There's so many trades and so many quarterbacks that become available year after year. Like, look at like the Steelers have 2 probably starting caliber quarterbacks. They are both going to be able to be probably one of them's going to be able to be traded for by the trade deadline.
Yeah,
if you really want to get Justin Fields at the trade deadline,
or all of a sudden, this would bring me by my nightmare because I've trashed him. He folds like a wet blanket in the high pressure moments. But guys like Dak Prescott are going to be a free agent after next year. You just never know. Like I don't think that's ever going to happen. But I'm just saying, like going off your point, like you just never. I agree. You never know what's going to happen.
Quarterbacks are just
quarterback situations and certain things. So there's so much that needs to play out beforehand. And who knows? Maybe they do fucking take J.J. McCarthy in this draft or whoever. Who the fuck knows?
One last fun one to end it. The Score just released NFC teams' best and worst picks over the last decade. Who was the Giants?
The worst?
Worst.
In the last decade?
Decade.
There's a few. That's what I was going to say. Eric Flowers.
Darius Toney.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't on the team, but he was almost addition by subtraction. Where like Flowers was just like getting toasted as our tackle for guard for
I was gonna
forever.
say like Tony was quick like out of there.
Who's
but
the
Flowers
Eagles?
ruined a lot.
10 years. Smith.
Jalen Reagor.
Yeah. Well, Smith was projected to be 3rd round. They took him in the 1st.
But
yeah, Jalen Reagor might be the worst draft pick of all time.
Now I'm getting Score app updates that the Giants are reportedly exploring trade options to number 3 or 4 to take Drake May, that they like Drake May.
Okay.
So listen, if they do that, like I'm fine with it.
And
I've said I'm not even like the biggest Drake May guy, but if they like him and they do that, I'm good with it. Like you need a quarterback, but
I can't.
What?
I can't stand him.
I just
Drake
don't.
May?
Yes.
What about just personally, or is it
more just like
I think he's too inconsistent.
It's hard that we're going to go first.
I think he needs like a year to sit. Like I don't think he's ready like right away.
It's not
also,
basketball.
The
hey, the
Carolina,
Giants got a kid from Duke and Carolina in the last 5 years. Like,
let's just say the last 2 quarterbacks out of Carolina
it's football.
haven't been very good. And I'm not saying
I don't care about that. That don't mean nothing.
They're kind of all.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Wait a second. What was the last first round UNC pick that New York Football Giants had? Oh, okay, not the last one, the one before that.
The Knicks?
The one before that.
I got it.
Lawrence Taylor?
Yes.
Also, I do think
Keem Nicks was a good one. Won the Super Bowl.
I mean, Lawrence Taylor, if he wanted to play quarterback, he would force himself to play quarterback. No, he would tell Parcells, I'm playing quarterback.
I think that
he was the most.
I'm just saying
guy
about Drake May. I think he's the 4th best quarterback in this draft. That's what I'm saying.
I've been on record. I just think he's inconsistent. I'm not like crazy, but there's all like the tools are there. It's more he's got to clean up some things, and just him reading defense. I wonder how that'll go.
I think he's the best situation for the Giants personally.
He would.
If he gets comparisons to Josh Allen, and you have the quarterback, the guy that basically developed Josh Allen. That's true. That's a great spot for.
He does have a lot of he's not quite as big as Josh Allen, but he does have a lot of Josh Allen strength.
Run like Josh Allen.
He's super athletic and huge arm.
I know he's
that's why I thought JJ and him were the best fits for the Giants.
He's big, but not like Josh Allen big, but he's like a big guy.
Also, Drake May Sunday conversation with Caleb had that last year, friend of the program.
It's true, Meek. Good point,
I
Meek.
think
Sure.
Drake. I think Drake. I like
you-
what I saw.
did you-
there.
Listen, I truly believe in Dable and Shane. So whatever they do, like I'm in.
His
for it.
defense gave him no help. Like Carolina had to be in games with him scoring 1 million.
And the team wasn't as good like talent wise this year. Walker came back and they were not bad, but
If he's not ready and like, just give him a fucking year to develop, like.
I think he needs it. He's the one guy like that. I think.
I don't think
needs
he's ready
a
right
year.
away. Like, but I do think it's not a bad spot for the Giants. I actually
So
don't
then
love
we're
Drake
in a
May
good
besides
spot. If
there.
they
love him, and
we're in a good
I'm
spot
good for
to
it.
start
They
We
Dave
have
love
to
him.
pick
Jones.
that. We have to give up
next year's
Six.
first rounder,
and
without question. Next year's first.
like for 3. Like that's
what you have to do if you want to move
I
up
want
3 to
to-
6 to
He's,
3.
he's
that's-
absolutely right.
take a
next year's
fucking
first
wide
rounder,
receiver.
Gonzo.
I love that.
Take a
Gonzo,
wide receiver.
absolutely.
We'll
Take
see.
a
It's
wide
gonna be an
receiver.
interesting week. So
I think it's stupid to take.
be an interesting week. All right, that's Pick Central. Yeah, coming up at 1:00 Eastern.